How's it going? Welcome to another video. Welcome to an album review. I haven't done one of these for a little while. Well, I say a little while. I did one back in June for Hailstorm, but hey, neither here nor there. Today, we're going over the brand new EP from heavy metalers from upstate New York, Allumination. Not Illumination, Allumination. Now, funny enough, me being where I am in the world, I don't say aluminum, I say aluminium. So is it Illumination? Who knows? Play on words depending on where you're from. Yeah. Allumination, they're from upstate New York. They've got a little debut EP that came out back in January at the start of the year. I did a review for that as well. The bros kindly reached out to me and were like, hey man, would you mind reviewing it? And I was like, mate, absolutely no problem. So we're going to follow them up and we're going to go over their second little EP that came out the other day. It came out at the start of the month in September 2025. What can I quickly say about this before going into it? Other than, good God, these guys have stepped up. If you're familiar with Allumination, you know that the first EP was, pretty much a demo. It was quite rough and ready, almost like it sounded like a tiny bit like a job done at home, kind of like my recordings. And that's all right. Young kids, learning to play music and learning to record and learn to play with each other and whatnot. Play with each other. And, it's all good fun. Our first recordings are always a bit questionable, and then we develop and grow as musicians, and that's exactly what these guys have done. I've spent the last 2 days going over this little EP. It's only 4 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 tracks, sorry. 4 if you include the cute little album opener that they've got, which is track 1, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, the band consists of the lineup consists of, I'm pretty sure no members have changed. We've got Kevin Young doing the lead vocals. We've got another vocalist, Derek Metcalf, doing the what do you call it? The backing vocals, I assume. It just says lead vocals and then vocals by Derek. We've got guitar and bass done by Joshua Dingham, sorry bro. And then we've got drums doing Jack Labate. We've got Jack Labate doing drums, I should say. Also guitar and bass, Joshua Dingham. He also does the harsh, unclean vocals as well. So yeah, it's a 4-piece of 4 young kids. Well, I say young kids, they're just younger than me. So, but yeah, like I said, they got a debut EP out that came out at the start of the year, and now they got another one. This one is called Banished into Darkness. There's the album cover. It's 5 tracks. It's 22 minutes long, I think, which is standard EP length. There's nothing wrong with that. The songs vary from like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then you got a killer 8-minute song at the end. So we're just going to take you through song by song and break it down and kind of analyze it and look at it, talk about it, and what's good, what's bad, whatever. We'll just go through it track by track. It's only 5 songs, won't take too long. But yeah, this one was really fun. Like I said at the start, they have really stepped up in terms of like, not just musicianship or skill base, but like everything has like they've just turned everything up. For a start, this one's got next to, if not none, I'm pretty sure this album has no clean vocals on it, right? So like you've got the first EP, which had clean singing in it, very garagey type vibe, whereas this one sounds much more polished and it sounds much more put together, and it's a lot, for a better word, it's a lot more metal. I remember comparing the first one to like Megadeth, not early Megadeth, but like there was some Megadeth-y things, and it sounded a bit new metally, whereas this one is full-blown, there are moments of like full-blown brutal death metal. Like this is a full-out death metal EP. So for me, it's a lot more fun to listen to. It was much easier to listen to this one over and over again because it sounded better, the songs were funner, and there was just so much more going on. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go track by track and break it down. Song number 1 is called Nautical Twilight Prelude, and it is what it suggests. It's how long is it? I can't remember, but it's a small little intro track that it's an atmospheric build-up, setting the scene, setting the vibe, it matches the album cover per se, of going into what comes next. Not a lot to talk about, it's just done and dusted. Boom, into the title track we go, Banished into Darkness. We get this almost black metal-esque De Mysterious type riff, which immediately I was like, that's a step up before anything else had happened. The guitar riff comes in straight off the title track, and then Jack's drums just go out of nowhere. I've been chatting to him backwards and forwards. He's like, yeah man, he puts in so much effort to his drums, and it's absolutely noted straight away. You could tell that the drums are maxed out, and it's just absolutely awesome. He's doing everything he can, and he sounds amazing throughout the whole thing, not just on this song. But yeah, honestly, good stuff. They're heavy as fuck, as I wrote in my notes, and a key standout. Yeah, it's got a mid-tempo chorus, but still the song is an absolute like the verses are faster, the chorus is a tiny bit, you know, mid-tempo at half, everything goes into like half time, you could say, but then it gives off this it still gives you a massive punch, and then there's this awesome little section of like that real chuggy, just what I've written as stank face material, you know, before it gives you, you know, one more chorus of just, you know, the tremmy picks and whatnot. Honestly, great stuff. Just 4.5 minutes straight into the action. It's awesome fun. And then we get the next song straight into this one as well. This one is called 2020, right? And it's just, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. It just starts, right? Like most death metal does. The vocals on this one, they follow the guitar melody in this, which is kind of, well, I'll say it's kind of interesting. It sounds kind of metalcore-y, just the riff. It's like dun 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 dun. It's not quite 07, it's not quite 578, but it's, you know, you could say it's loosely inspired by it. That's just going off what I felt anyway. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, this one gives us more diversity in the listening because we are introduced to more high-pitched screaming. I don't know who to compare it to off the top of my head, but you know, you've got the low gutturals, oh yeah, that's a key thing to mention as well. The vocals, you could compare them to early, I'm just gonna say it, they're gonna compare to early Chris Barnesy type stuff, you know, it's especially on like more eaten back to life stuff. I'm not going to say he sounds like as good as Tomb of the Mutilated or The Bleeding, but like, you know, eaten back to life where he's still figuring out what to do. Yeah, it's for a bunch of kids, it sounds really cool. Like it's low and it's guttural and it's like, it's good, you know, and then you get this juxtaposition of these high pitched growls and screams where it kind of goes backwards and forwards. We get a chorus of high mix, lows and high vocals and low gutturals, really awesome, bringing new dynamic. This whole song is more mid-tempo. It's not so thrashy, like, you know, it's not so go go go, which is honestly fine. Sometimes you need that in an album to just kind of break it up. But yeah, this one has an awesome little breakdown section at near the end as well, which just makes you go, oh, here we go, you know, dun 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 kind of vibe. Awesome, good stuff. Yeah, there's demonic vocals during the ending of this song, during the breakdown, sorry. I was just like, you know, like those real, like almost grind, is it grindcore? Nah, but like, you know, those real like the ones that just break the Cookie Monster level where it's just like, oh my God, you know, there's one of those. So yeah, it's a great 3.5 minute song, just straight to the piece. It's just fantastic. One of my favorites. That's 2020. We then get some longer songs, two more longer ones. This one's called Ruins. Now you can tell these guys are trying to advance their songwriting and, you know, really establish, you know, what they can and can't do. You know, these next two are just like, woof. There's not a lot going on, but like, there's a lot more going on than what we just heard. So yeah, Ruins is quite a good one. Might be one of my favorites, eh? A slow melodic riff to open this one where it's like, you know, just like one noted melody building up, you know, it's awesome before it goes into, and then after that, it goes into this almost like doomy Sabbathy type riff, you know, Hand of Doomy type stuff. It's really awesome. Before the singer comes in and starts his low guttural fest again, you know, there's tremolos under the vocals to keep the melody of this one. That's what I accidentally mentioned before, but yeah, that's how the melody is established, you know, underneath the vocals on the guitar, trem picked, very nice. This one's broken apart. This song is broken apart with a clean section randomly thrown in there, which is all good. You know, it shows the band that they're not all about death metal and thrash. Look, we can actually play some stuff, you know, we can pluck some heartstrings and get some emotions out there as well, followed by this like slow, melancholic riffing type part. It's really brooding, really hardcore. The singer sounds like he's really, you know, clutching at heartstrings during that section. It sounds like you can hear his pain and whatnot. It's really good, honestly. It made me feel it, eh? And then you get this, where is it? You get this pounding bass section in the second half of the song, which just like, oh, like you just hear, like you can tell it, I'm pretty sure you can tell it's plucked with fingers, and it's just so like, it's just brutal. It's just so low tuned, it's insane, and it makes you feel like something's on its way, you know, it's building up, but it's really good. You get more vocals and more chord stabs followed on by that, like brown, you know, and a double bass, a melodic riff that morphs into a very small solo. I think I said this last time, boys, where are your solos, mate? I'm a lead player, you know, I'm just gonna roast you if you don't have a solo, but honestly, like, you know, there's like, that's the only solo section throughout the whole thing. It's very quick, and it's very, you know, it starts low and then slowly gets high, and just when you think it's gonna break out, it doesn't. So it's like, all right, cool, no solo on that one. But like I say, there's a very small solo on that one. That's a nearly 6-minute song. Honestly, a really good one. Check that one out. That one's Ruins. And then the final track, which in my opinion, I'm just gonna say it, in my opinion, should have been the title track. Maybe that's just me because it's the longest song and it's the ending song. But sometimes, you know, you don't need that. You know, if everyone took that attitude, would you replace the Power Slave album title with Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? Obviously, because Rhyme is a better song than Power Slave. You know, that kind of argument. Don't worry about it. This last song is called Absolute Zero, and it goes for 7 minutes 45. This one is just, you know, I love a good long song to close albums out. It just really hones everything together. Should they always be the title track? Hey, it's up to the band, isn't it? But yeah, pounding drums come in with a chugging bass that makes this song start really, really big. Just like boom, 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 boom. You know, it's going. It's let's go. You know, we got blast beats through the verse that come out. You know, not the fastest blast beat you've heard, but you know, faster than most drumming throughout the album. Followed by an absolutely snarling pig of vocals, both low and high. You know, they're going backwards and forwards. Majority of this song is sung in the higher register of the vocal of the snarling pig, like I just mentioned. You know, it's up there rather than low guttural cookie monster in the ground, which is kind of good because it gives it, again, diversity, makes it more different, stands out again as the epic song. Really, really fun. Consistent drumming throughout the whole thing, Jack's keeping a great rhythm. Honestly, it's not, like I say, it's not the most brutalist of drumming that we've ever heard, and that's okay because the song doesn't call for it. It's just it's not mid-tempo, it's faster than mid-tempo, but it's good, absolutely. Second verse has like a call and response type of vibe. I'm pretty sure, or is this the chorus? I think the amount of times you do it, I think it might be the chorus, so we'll say that. The chorus is a call and response between high gutturals and low growls. Do you know what I mean? They go backwards and forwards between the two, with guitars keeping the melody underneath. Very, very nice. Before they all come together. And hang on, where am I? Guitar gutturals in the verse. Second verse has a call and response with low gutturals before they come together, before the killer trem-picked riff. And for verse 3, they repeat it again. And then I think by verse 4, each verse adds something extra to it. So by the time you get to verse 4, the whole band has like come together in terms of like, you know, the rhythm behind it has picked up rather than just like maybe slightly picking it, you know, it's picked faster, or the chords are fuller, you know, things like that. So by the time you get to verse 4, it's like all surround. It's like a wall of sound happening. Real powerful stuff. Honestly, great work. Back to the call and response for the chorus. You know, that's the chorus in that song. And then out of nowhere, stops and goes into a clean section, which again is good. Diversity for these longer songs rather than just 8 minutes of da 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 da. You know, we all know it. We all love it. Clean selection picked. Gives the listener a break, and then again, pounding bass comes in out of this one, just out of nowhere, before that snarling pig comes back from the petting zoo and demands to be fed again. Kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Absolutely disgusting stuff. It's amazing. But yeah, and then again, another chorus, and then it does the chorus again, and then the song kind of fades out, you could say, rather quickly, and then you get atmospheric sounds of footprints, you know, walking on dirt, working on pebbles and whatnot, and then a gunshot echoes and rings out, and then the album ends. Boom, 20 minutes, an 8-minute song, no solos. Just gonna leave that there. But yeah, now, honestly, compared to the debut, this one just gets maxed out. Because I'm a Harry Potter fan, I'm just going to say it's like Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. They're like that, as are these two albums. Fantastic work, boys. If we got physical copies of this, send me a link and I'll get me hands on one. I know I said that about your other one, and I never did, but I promise I will. I'll buy them both, I promise. But yeah, well done. I can see your growth. I can see your potential. Honestly, I hope you guys keep going because this stuff is great. I'm ready for a full release. Give me a 40-minute album, man. I'm ready. But yeah, if you like death metal, if you like, you know, underground shit, because obviously it's still very new, go check out Allumination. Upstate New York, heavy metalers. They're on the rise. They're doing great. And just, yeah, all in all, 2 EPs that are just great. Honestly, great work, boys. Fantastic stuff. Can't wait to hear what's going on next. Out of this little EP, I'll give it 4 out of 5 because there's no solos. Yeah, your drumming is amazing. The bass is great. The growls are good, you know, for the environment that you're in. Obviously, just, yeah, I could only imagine what you lot would get up to had you have a like actual professional recording studio. But like I say, the guitar sounds great. The mixing and the mastering is good. Everything's well put together, concise all the way through. Fantastic stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. I cannot wait to hear more. All right, thank you so much, team, for hanging out with me while I sit here and review the brand new Allumination EP. Like I said, if you like death metal, go check this one out. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Yeah, go follow them. Go listen to their stuff. Honestly, they're a fun little group to jam out with. But yeah, Thanks for hanging out with me. Keep an eye out for the next video. I'm not entirely sure what it'll be, but until that happens, everybody, stay inside, stay safe, jam Illumination, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you later.